Let's go. They've got everything. Everything caravan and camping. They've got everything.
Yeah, very good day and great to have you with us for our Everything Caravan and Camping podcast, sponsored by ECCParks. I'm Scott Hillier from Channel 7, and we look forward to taking you to a different destination around this great country of ours every week. Now, we're going to get you there safely with our Weight and Towing Masterclasses. We've also got tech tips. Now, we're going to chat with influencers, and we're also going to chat with you, the listeners. And I'm looking forward to that. We want to hear your questions. We want to hear if you're out and about, where you've been. And every week, we're going to chat to the greatest chef ever given an open fire and a set of tongs. None other than the great Harry Fisher from Fire to Fork. I'm pretty pumped. Let's get into it. Come on. ECC, it's a 24/7 marketplace for all things caravanning, camping and 4x4. Now, with more than 10,000 products available from hundreds of popular brands, you'll find everything you need for your next outdoor adventure. Don't forget, subscribe to the newsletter and save a further 10% off the best brands, products and prices. They're only a click away. Come on.
Let's go. Everything caravan and camping.
Okay, it's that time of the podcast where we talk all thing weights, and don't look at me, Dave, and laugh when we talk about weight after Christmas.
I know what you mean, Scotty.
Oh, yes, it's been a good one. How was your Chrissy?
Yeah, mate, fantastic. Yes, like you say, too much food, too much drink and all that sort of stuff, but that's what Christmas is all about, and obviously family and all that sort of stuff.
Hey, mate, we were talking off air, Dave, and that one of the big things, and we've all been saying that the weight and towing and the RV world are now well aware of things they shouldn't do, and you've been extra busy and you've been running VanSafe, so it's good from your perspective, I guess, Dave, to know that a lot of people are interested to make sure they're doing things right before they hit the road.
Yeah, that's right, Scotty. This year, with the things that we do at the Caravan Show, the presentations of the Caravan Show with the Weight and Towing Masterclass, this year, Caravan in Queensland decided that they were going to take that a step further, and it's a road safety initiative. It's called VanSafe, and basically we've done 15 venues from Cairns right the way back down to Brisbane. So it's all about it's a road safety initiative. Obviously, it's in conjunction with the Queensland State Government, Queensland Transport, and Queensland Police Service, so all those authorities are involved in it. But Caravan in Queensland won it, and it's just been an absolutely fantastic program. Yeah,
and you're finding plenty of people, when they come, Dave, are you finding more doing the wrong thing than aren't? People are just blown away. You go, no, that's not right. Oh, you're kidding, aren't you? Is that happen more often?
Yeah, it is. I think what we're seeing, though, with VanSafe, so how VanSafe works is, for instance, the last one we did was in Rockhampton, so we were there for 2 days. People can register online and come along and get their car and caravan weighed. Now, in 2 days, we did about 80 car and caravan combinations. But bearing that in mind, we probably had a couple of hundred people that were on the waiting list, so we can only do a certain number of weighs.
Wow.
Queensland Transport supplied their transport inspectors to do it. There's no infringements or anything like that.
Yep.
And then the other part of it, of course, is we do educational sessions. There's a 2-hour educational session at the end of the day, where we talk about things that we talk about at the caravan shows, like safe towing practices, driver education, towing equipment. So we cover a pretty big area. And obviously, we do a number of safety checks when people come along to those free weigh days. We offer advice as to how safe their rig is as far as weights and other things that you've got to take into consideration. But we do the stats that have come out of it. I think 6.5 years of weighing caravans, I've definitely seen an improvement. In other words, people know that they must be compliant in these things.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing for you guys.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And if you look at, so this year with those 15 venues, we did a little bit over 1,100 inspections. So it's 1,100 car and caravan combinations.
Wow.
Now, the interesting factor when you look at all that is 52%, more than half of those car and caravans that we weighed had at least one compliance or weight compliance rating that was over. I think that, although it's like it's 50%, I think that number has come down over the year.
Yeah. What was some of the more common weight issues? What was it, the van or the vehicle? What was a commmer one that was over?
Yeah, so 52% of them obviously had one problem. A bit over 30% were over their caravan aggregate trailer mass, which is the loaded weight of the caravan.
Okay.
About 23% of the cars were overweight. And don't forget, some of those vehicles that we weigh, they may have been over multiple compliance ratings, not just one. But,
it's good to see them doing it. And Dave, for 2024, you guys up and going again? Like for people listening, you're thinking, you're doing it again? It's
definitely.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
Yeah, so you can, if you go onto the Caravanning Queensland website, there is a link there to VanSafe with the venues. I don't think at the moment, I don't think you can actually register at the moment, but earlier in the year there will be. I mean, we've seen the calendar for next year, and we're all over the state. We're actually going to Western Queensland as well.
Good. Yeah.
But as well as the weights, there's other things that we look at. Gary Gardner, the great Gary Gardner,
the great man,
decided this year that maybe we should just have a look at a few things that are going on at the tow hitch there, the car and the caravan, and we started looking at this simple thing called the tow ball nut, which holds the tow ball onto the tow bar of the car. Yeah. And we found about 25% of the vehicles of that 1,100 had what we considered a loose tow ball nut. Now, loose meaning that we're able to tighten it more than it is. Some of them, it nearly got into double figures. Some of them were finger tight. It's just a maintenance thing, isn't it, Scotty? Things you've got to look at, and a lot of people wouldn't think to get a spanner on that tow ball nut and just make sure it's tight.
Yeah, no, spot on, Dave. So for the listeners, Caravanning Queensland website, look out for when they can register if we're coming to a town near you in Queensland. And mate, what about yourself? I know you're busy with your mobile service. How can people get in contact with you and give you a call and get you out and do all the safety inspections at their own home?
So the best way is we've got our website, mobilecaravanweighing.com.au, or phone number 0477 89 7700. And it's just a matter of just ringing up and we can have a chat to you about what you've got, and then organise to come out and weigh your car and your caravan. And then the important part of it is to sit down with the customers and say, okay, this is what we've got. If you are overweight on some of those things, how do we fix it? And probably better than 95% of it's fixable to a certain degree, just knowing where you are to start with.
Perfect. Good on you, Dave. We will chat again next week. Have a good week, buddy.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for the call, Scotty.
Okay, it's wizardry time. We've done that many podcasts together, Charlie. Wizardry, the tech tip wizard, the great man. He's driven again.
Yep.
All the way from down south up to the God's country, Sunshine Coast.
Mate, I do love coming off it, especially summer. It's just a place to be.
It is good. It is good. What do we got? Because I tell you what, it's been a busy Christmas. People have been away in their RVs. They've been away with it, or in their swags and camping and doing the whole kit and caboodle.
That's it, mate. Yep.
And what have you got for us?
So this week, we actually experienced this ourselves, and we went away with swags for the first time in a long time.
Funny you say that. I took my wife and my son and his new wife, Erin, up to Fraser.
Yep.
With just swags only. And people go, because everyone says on Creek to Coast, you set the swags up, Scotty, and you go and stay in a motel. And for those listening, a lot of the time I do. I actually do. Yes, but no, we went up in a couple of nights, and I'm sure you're going to tell me you did the same. Had a ball. Caught a few fish.
That's it. And you're right there, and we love our beach camping.
Yeah.
And with the swags, you're right there. You wake up, you got the rolling.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. 100%. And you went with wife or with
wife and child?
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
So the baby, she's a bit older now, so she's starting to enjoy things a lot more. She loves the sand, loves the beach.
Yeah, good. And you've got a little gizmo here that's going to make that all the more fun.
That's it, mate. And we actually experienced this because the wind did kick up on us, and that is tie-down kits.
Tie-down is in tie-down anything.
Tie-down anything. So it literally is like screw-in pegs. So you don't need hammers. You don't need any of that.
What?
So hard ground, soft ground. These little tie-down pegs, so it's called Outback Tracks tie-down kits.
Yeah, okay.
It comes, and we did have to weigh our swags down.
Yeah, because otherwise they would have ended up 100 k's away.
It's one of those things you don't think of. You think, I'm just going to set my swag up and sleep in it. But when you go away for a couple of nights and you stay...
The little pegs will handle the light winds, but as you're saying, 20 to 30...
Those coastal winds pick up, and off they go.
Oh, so how do you get them into the ground?
So they've got a nice little handle on top, so you literally just, off you go, start screwing it down like a corkscrew.
Is that right?
Yep.
Because a lot of them you need like a gun or something, and sometimes you haven't got it.
They do, so Outback Tracks, they do have those.
Those just work, okay.
Yep. So if you want something a lot easier, especially for your awnings.
But easier that you take them, you may not use them, so you don't have to take all the different guns, but if you need them, you can just, they're there and you screw them in.
Yep.
So swags, your tarps,
tents,
the whole kit.
Holds it down nice and easy.
Get out.
Easy to use. And I have to say, that was one thing I was sitting there thinking, I really wish I had one of those right now.
Yeah. Instead of at midnight holding on to the Unreal. Everything caravan camping.com.au. Jump on there.
Outback Tracks.
Find it.
Yep.
All right, you're away.
That's it, mate.
Mate, we'll chat next week.
Too easy. Talk to you then.
Okay, it's that time of the podcast. We catch up with influencers, and I tell you what, we've got one of the greatest influencers ever given legs and arms, Adam Twist, Caravan Suncoast Services. How are you, mate? Did I get that name right first, Adam?
Suncoast Caravan Service.
There you go. I just about got it. How are you, mate? You good?
Good, mate. Good, mate. Don't know if I'm an influencer.
Turn it up. You are. More people in this industry than I do.
Yeah. Been around the game a while now.
You have. So I guess for the people listening, tell us exactly what you do.
So I'm the general manager of Suncoast Caravan Service. We're a service and repair-based business up on the sunny Sunshine Coast, taking care of all your maintenance needs, so brake and bearing services through to aftermarket modifications, through to insurance claims and insurance repairs. We have an e-commerce business, and we also have a retail showroom as well.
Of course you do. So I guess, mate, you get to see van, and I know how busy you are at the moment, van after van after van. How I guess, tell us how important is a little bit of caravan maintenance for the people that own their own RVs, whether it is doesn't have to be a caravan, could be a camper trailer or a motorhome. How important is doing the little things?
Absolutely critical are the little things, particularly maintaining your asset. I mean, for a lot of people, this is probably the second biggest asset they own after the house. So just like you do maintenance on your house or your boat, you need to maintain your caravan. So look, really basic stuff that you can do yourself at home. You don't need to bring it into us and spend money, but just doing those visual inspections, walk around the caravan, checking the seals, making sure your silicone isn't breaking down, making sure there's good seals around all your fittings and fixtures around the caravan. And one that gets spoken about all the time, and we sort of try and drum it into people as much as we can, but that mechanical stuff, particularly before you hit the road and go out on a trip, so your brakes, your bearings, your suspension, your running lights, your wiring plug and all those sort of things, making sure that stuff is in tip-top condition before you hook it up to your caravan and pull out the driveway is absolutely critical.
And that's where you come in. People listening going, oh, but I can't do that. Like, I couldn't do that ever. But that's what you're there for. Give you a call and say, Adam and the team, can you do it all for me? And you do a good thorough check for people.
Yeah, absolutely. We offer minor services, obviously first services for people that have just bought a new van.
Yep.
Moving on from then. So your first service is generally sort of 3 months or 1,000 kilometres, whatever comes first for your first service, if it's a new van. Sort of after that, you go to your sort of 12 monthly service, so once a year, or 10,000 kilometres if you're a heavy traveller, which we're always very envious of those people if they're getting multiple services a year, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly right.
So, and that 10,000 or 12 months, whatever comes first after that. And then we offer a major service where we go through and we're checking 12-volt wiring, we're checking all the internal, your hot water systems, your gas checks. We've got a licensed gas fitter and stuff, so we do those sort of things, checking your awning, lubricating awnings and all those sort of things. Or you can just get a mechanical check, which is basically just underbody. So, look, sort of cover all aspects of it, but it is super critical to do that regularly.
Yeah, and Twisty, that's good before you leave. So if someone's going away for 2, 3 weeks, a month or two, what are some little things they should do before they go? If they've been at A for a week and it's time to move on, are there little walk-around checks or something simple that people should be just having a quick look before they head off on their next part of their voyage?
Probably firstly, the most critical thing is if you're going away for 2-3 weeks is to give me a call to see if I want to come with you.
Yeah, no, they're calling me first, brother.
yeah. So look, give us a call. Make sure you don't tag along on the journey. That is, look, the one and only, and we all get distracted. We're hooking up the caravan, and it's the one time when you back your car up to the caravan that everyone in the caravan park wants to come talk to you. Yeah. I mean, you've been there for a week. They haven't wanted to see you. They keep turning their head. But as soon as you get in that car and back up to the coupling, they want to come and talk to you.
Yeah.
So, look, it is important. Just go through your checks, making sure you do your walk around the van, make sure all the windows are shut, make sure all your hatches are closed, make sure you got all your leads and everything packed up. Make sure you're doing that thorough check before you leave, because the last thing you want is to be going down the highway and forget the door and your door rips off. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it happens more often than you probably think. We probably do maybe 20 to 30 insurance claims for doors getting ripped off a year.
There you go. So it's quite common, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely. So take that time. Don't get distracted when you're doing your final hookups. do your walk around,
Yep.
do your visual checks in your cupboards for any water or water leaks and any of those sort of things while you're in the caravan. It's the best time to do it. So
Yeah.
we got some great excuses to get away in the caravan coming up with a few long weekends and that sort of thing. So get out and enjoy it. Do your checks while you're out there having a cold drink.
And speaking of getting away, you and Letitia, isn't it? Your lovely wife?
Yes,
Yeah.
my better half.
Well, times 10 better half. Come on now. But you and the kids, you're that busy. Do you get a chance to get away in the van? I know you were brought up, and Letitia, in this industry, but do you get a chance yourself to sneak away?
Look, we sort of set ourselves a bit of a mission last year to get out and use our caravan more. We've got 2 young kids. We've got 11 and a 7-year-old, I think. Don't quote me on that. And look, they absolutely love camping. We've got an epic group of mates that we go away with. We try and get away at least every 3 weeks, try and get a trip in, get away. So 1 to 2 trips a month we sort of get in. So mostly weekend warrior stuff, maybe long weekend here and there. But mate, living in southeast Queensland, we've got the most epic caravan and camping spots.
For sure.
Within a stone.
For sure, mate. So people listening that are near you and want to maybe come and see you or get a bit of a maintenance check, how can they find you?
Suncoast Caravan Service.com.au.
Oh, that's pretty simple. Twisty, always a pleasure. We look forward to catching up at a couple of the big Caravanning Queensland shows maybe this year. We might see your gorgeous face.
Got a couple of big ones coming up. So, looking forward to those.
All right, mate. Thanks for your time. Catch up soon, mate.
Talk soon. Scotty D, mate.
Okay, it is food time. And I love this bloke. I've written down every recipe we've spoken about over the many months. Harry Fisher, Fire to Fork. How are you, mate?
I'm going very well, Scotty, going very well. I need to get out and do some more fishing, though, mate. I think we better catch up and do that.
Yeah, I can catch the fish. You can cook it for me. Is that a deal?
Done. That's 100% a deal. My name's Harry Fisher, not Harry Catcher.
Hey, mate, a lot of people asking, they just want you to reiterate, where do you live? People are going, where is he? So tell everyone, all the folk listening, where you live.
I'm over in Perth, mate, so other side of the country.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the internet allows us to chat every week. So
yeah, it's good. A lot of people have been saying, where's Harry live? And he's over in Perth. Get his book. Just trust me, he's the king. So what are we eating this week, my friend?
Mate, you know when you go to a Chinese place and you can get those sizzling beef and they bring it out and it's still on that hot pan.
Yes.
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day and I thought, geez, this is actually a pretty good one because there's nothing more annoying than washing up when you're camping. So I thought, why don't we eat it out of the pan? Yeah. And we'll do it. And you call it a sizzling dish. Yeah. And then suddenly it's a 1-pan wonder.
There you go.
So I thought, let's give that a crack. So I'd tried some sizzling pepper beef the other day and it's a ripper.
Yeah.
So you mix up a bit of a sauce. So you get a bit of honey, bit of soy sauce, bit of oyster sauce, obviously pepper, bit of ginger and garlic, and a little bit of water in there. So mix all that together. If you want to get this full recipe, just jump on my YouTube and you'll be able to find it. So all my recipes are in the video descriptions. So that'll give you all the dimensions, all the ratios.
Yep.
So what you do, and then you get a nice piece of steak because you don't need lots of it, but using a good one is going to make a big difference here. And you want to get it as cold as possible. Now, you can if you go to a butcher, you can say, mate, can you slice it as thin as possible? And they've got great knives and great technique. And you want sort of 2 millimeter thick slices of this stuff.
What's a good piece, Harry? What piece are you getting?
I like a Scotch fillet.
Fillet, yep.
Something with a bit of fat in it.
Yeah,
so Scotch fillet, you can get a good sirloin, but you want to be avoiding the rump and things like that here. Yep. You want something with a bit of marble through it. And you only need about 200 grams for 2 people, so it's not a big bit of steak. Even 100 grams would do it, but 200 grams is nice.
Yeah.
So, you slice it really thin, and then all you do is you get your pan ripping hot, chuck a bit of oil in there, and you start frying your beef. Sorry, before that, missed a spot. Okay, you want to get an onion, slice it up, chuck that in there, fry up your onion first, and just as it starts to get translucent and quite fragrant and nice, then you chuck in your beef, and then you can just grab yourself one of those packets of microwave rice. You know the one? The ones that, they are not great as normal rice, but they work fantastically when you stir fry them because they are dehydrated. They act like day-old rice. Yeah, exactly. So you grab one of them, chuck a couple of tablespoons of water in there, throw that in the pan. Again, ripping hot pan. This thing should be sizzling like crazy.
Yep.
And then mix that all up. And then all you do is you get that sauce you had earlier, dunk that in there, pour the whole lot in, and then you want to throw in just a little tin of corn.
Okay.
And that adds a little pop of sweetness to it. Pour that through, stir it all up, stir it like crazy. Yep. And then once it's all the right colours and all brown, so that you got the soy sauce and the oyster sauce and everything all homogenous, if you like, leave it. Now, don't keep stirring it. And what you want to do is actually slightly burn the bottom of it. And it gets that nice little bit of crust. And then you take the whole pan out, and that's it. Wow. That's it. You can chuck some spring onions on there as a bit of garnish if you like.
Yeah.
But you eat that straight out of the pan, and you want to get your spoon and scrape the bottom of the pan and get those crispy bits off the bottom. But it comes out sizzling and hot. And tell you what, there's a lot of blowing
a bit of fun around.
Hot, but
everyone gets
so
a spoon,
nice.
not a plate. You just pick up or a fork and scrape the bit off the bottom. Oh, that sounds good, mate.
That's exactly right. It's a great little bachelor meal as well if you're camping on your own.
Oh, wow.
And then you just got your pan to wash up.
Yeah, love it, mate. So I know people need to get your book. For those listening and want to catch up, and there's 100 other recipes. You can get Harry's book online, Everything Caravan and Camping. Google Harry Fisher Fighter Fork, and you can get your TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You're everywhere, my friend. You're everywhere.
I've got it all. Got it all, mate.
Oh, it's been great to chat, mate. Thank you.
Great chat, Scotty. See you, mate.
Let's go.
Okay, it is ECC Park profile time. Jason Filippini joins me. Geez, I tell you what, you're doing all the talking for all these parks. You're loving it.
I tell you, I'm trying. I'm doing the right thing by these guys because you know why? They are so busy giving the best service they can.
I was just about to say, all the managers are busy. We were going to speak with a lot of the managers, but they're so busy. Not that you're not busy, 5 parks to manage. I just keep, Jason, I need you in studio. We're going to talk about the parks, but you do liaise with a lot of them.
Yeah, we talk
regularly.
All the time.
Yeah,
we do.
And I'm getting a lot of feedback and people saying they aren't aware that ECC Parks are in New Zealand.
Absolutely.
And we're going. We are over the ditch.
We are over there today.
Yeah, and you're going to tell us about a cracker.
North Island.
Yeah, okay.
A couple of hours southeast of Auckland.
Yeah, yep.
Is the Coromandel Coast there.
Yeah, nice.
And it's a place called Miranda.
Miranda, yes. I've done a bit to New Zealand, but never been to Miranda.
Yeah, it's a little town. It's just sneaked about 10-minute drive from a bigger town called Thames.
Oh, yeah.
But the park's the Miranda Holiday Park, and it is a cracker.
Yeah, okay.
So right behind the holiday park is public hot springs.
Oh.
So there's all these...
So public, don't you just go and hop in the hot spring?
Yeah, so it's like a public run facility.
Yeah, gotcha.
So there's all the hot springs right behind it, but inside the park, they have their own hot spring as well.
Oh.
And it's such a lovely place.
Yeah.
And they've got lots of cabin accommodation.
Yep.
It's really a place if you're in Auckland and you just wanted to hire a motorhome or you're
even a hire car and come and stay in the cabin.
Do a cabin, and it's not that far.
Yeah.
And so I've been there, I've stayed there. It is just a clean, tidy park.
Yeah. Is it very big?
Yeah, it's reasonable size.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of cabins.
Yeah.
And it's probably got 50 or so, I'd say.
Yeah.
Different camping options.
Yeah.
And its big attraction is unplugging and the hot springs.
Yeah.
And the other thing you can do while you're over there, especially in that location, is you can go out. It's on the ocean-ish. You've got to go down to Thames to get on a boat.
Yeah.
But you can go out and do some really good fishing.
Yeah, well, your fishing pricks my ears up, as everyone knows. But I've been over there and caught the blue cod, I think.
Yeah, big stuff.
Yeah, and the big pelagics, and then they've got the crayfish as well. Crayfishing is massive over there with the traps.
Yeah,
so
and
imagine getting a feed of crays, getting a cook, sitting in your personal little hot spring, having a sip of a cold beverage, eating crays.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
New Zealand, wow!
It's a great place. Go and say g'day to the team over there. Tracy's the manager, and she's brilliant.
But once again, all these parks are busy. So if you've got any questions, you want to find out what you can and can't do, all of the above, jump online. All the information's online.
Yeah, it is. It is. Get online and go to ECCParks.com.au and they're all there. It's all there. And follow the links. Pick up the phone and talk to the guys. Have a chat. Tell them what your expectations are. Tell them what you're looking for, and they will make sure you get what you want.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure close to there too would be a couple of wineries, I reckon. New
Zealand. Yeah, there's a little bit of there. A bit further south into the Marlborough region. Is a lot more? Yeah. The Marlborough region is brilliant.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
New Zealand, put it on the list.
Yeah,
I'm going to go.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go.
It's a great place to be.
Good on you, Jace. We'll chat next week, mate.
Thanks, Scotty.
Let's go.
Now, don't forget to head over to the Everything Caravan and Camping podcast page, everythingcaravancamping.com.au. Sign up to the newsletter for your chance to win a $50 voucher to spend on the ECC Marketplace. To catch up on all of our ECC episodes, you go to where you get your podcasts, or you can head over to everythingcaravancamping.com.au. Well, that's us for another week. And don't forget, we want to hear from you. We'd love to get you on the show with us. So if you're planning a trip, if you're out on a trip as we speak and you're listening to this podcast, or if you've got any question to do with anything we've spoken about, and if we haven't spoken about it and you want to know about it, make sure you send us an email, podcast@everythingcaravancamping.com.au. Be safe out on the roads. See you next time.
Come on. Let's go. They've got everything. Everything caravan and camping. They've got everything.